now tuned in to the Titan Football Podcast, bringing you information on Keansburg High School football. And now, here's your host, Jesse Herbert.
What is up, Keansburg High School football fans? The Titan Football Podcast back in your life. I'm your host, Jesse Herbert. Let's get this podcast started. It's hard to believe that we are already in week 3 of this year's football season. But before we look forward to week 3 versus Shore Regional, let's take a look back at week 2 versus the Owls of Highland Park. It was a tale of two halves for the Titans. Let's take a look at your top 10 plays from Highland Park. Number 10. Highland Park driving here, 1st and 10, and it would be a combination of Richie Squio and Miguel Crespo tackling for a 2-yard loss on the play. Number 9. We would find senior quarterback Ian Terry finding sophomore Justin Alessi in the flat on a screen play, making Highland Park defenders miss for a 10-yard gain. Number 8, Highland Park 1st and 10 on the 30, and it would be freshman Paul Lasano saying no way to the run up the middle. Huge tackle for no gain. Number 7, senior Ian Terry would find Joey Osterby up the middle. 47-yard pitch and catch for those two. Number 6, Highland Park 3rd and 25, and it would be George Burdick who would say not a chance to that screenplay. Number 5, Ian Terry would find fellow senior Arkell Brown on the swing route up the sideline, 20 yards for the big man on this play. Number 4, there it is again, Ian Terry to Arkell Brown, this time up the sidelines, 33 yards. Number 3, the flex bone was clicking on all cylinders in the third quarter, and it would be senior Ian Terry making a man miss, keeping the ball 47 yards, almost in the end zone. Number 2, Ian Terry looks to throw, and you can only guess who it's to. Arkell Brown, 38 yards, gets his foot in bounds, and your number 1 plays of the game would be all 3 touchdowns scored by Arkell Brown from 16, from 5, here again from the 4-yard line. What a night for Arkell. 95 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns, and 65 yards rushing. Also a great game by Ian Terry with 147 passing yards and 102 rushing yards. Let's hope that the end of this game was the start of what's to come for these Keansburg Titans. This week, the Hammer Award was passed on to middle linebacker Joey Osterby. Joey had some great tackles in the modern day game. Who will lead the Titans onto the field this Saturday? Tune back next week to find out. This week, the Titans return home to take on their Beast Central rivals, the Blue Devils of Shore. 1 p.m. kickoff at Keansburg High School. We hope to see all of our loyal fans in the stands. And that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Titan Football Podcast. Before we sign off, we would like to send a very special thank you for everyone who traveled to Highland Park to cheer us on, especially our pep band and cheerleaders. We hope all of you can make it this Saturday, 1 p.m. at Keansburg High School to watch your Keansburg Titans take on the Blue Devils of Shore Regional. For more information about Keansburg High School football, log on to our website at www.keansburgfootball.com. Thank you for watching the Titan Football Podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Herbert. See you next week.